Hello and welcome to Chez Zasaa. And today we have a Zasaa Unzipped, which really excites me. I love it when we do Zasaa Unzipped because they're like slightly controversial conversations. And if you've watched this before and you've seen an Unzipped, you know that there's certain people that come on my Unzipped. So here they are. We've got Kemi and Wonu, both of whom you should know. You probably know Wonu more. Kemi only comes for Unzipped. Wonu comes for everything.
She's great unzipped.
But there you go. So, welcome, ladies. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Today's topic is, can you ever forgive? Can you really forgive and forget? Who wants to go first?
No.
Well, your answer is no. What's your answer?
Yes.
Okay. So, who wants to go first?
I mean, well, I always, preface everything with I'm coming from a Christian point of view.
Yeah.
So that's what the Bible tells us to do, right? 77 times 7, or is it 70 times 7?
Yeah.
The Bible tells us to forgive.
490.
Your math,
and that's just in a day. So I've always just gone by those principles. Now, I say that, over the years I found that some people I forgive and then I keep away slightly. But is that me not forgetting?
Kemi.
I
mean, she's a straight up no.
It's a straight up no. No. Okay, no. In fairness, I think yes. Actually, no. It's a straight up no. Sorry.
Okay,
because
so
it depends on what your definition is, though. To forgive somebody, it means I don't hold it against you. Yes. I understand where you come from. Yes. But there's some people you think I will hold it against you because that will mean you don't get the chance to do it again.
But why does holding it against them mean that they won't get the chance to do it again?
Because that gives me.
They just won't do it to you again.
Yes.
But they might do it to other people again.
I don't think my role is to educate them, though.
Or you could.
I could. But I don't.
She's not going to.
Oh my gosh. In fairness, though, because again, when I say hold it against you, actually, sometimes I joke. People, my memory is not strong. Thankfully, I think that was a God-given.
It's
a gift
I
because
agree.
if I remember everything, it's like God says, okay, let's just scrub that, put that in the sea of forgetfulness. But I think I do. When I say hold it against you, it's because I know. Actually, if I say I know I'm a nice person, people who know me think, who's that?
Who's that? Yeah.
No, I know that then I will find it hard to then stay away from you because there are some people. I think it's healthy for us to understand that there's some people we shouldn't be around.
Is that because you haven't forgiven them though, or because you have forgiven and you've chosen not to forget?
Because then I don't think they will stop. I don't think that they might not do it again. It depends. It depends on what it is we're thinking of.
I think there's different.
There are different levels.
to this.
Yes.
So I think that.
Wait, what do you mean by different levels? As in you
I'm
can
about to
forgive and
explain
not
now
forget
if you now
one
start
scale,
saying-
1,
No,
2, 3,
different
4, 5.
levels of what they do to you.
No,
go ahead.
that you people should let me land.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, land.
So I think that there are different levels. So to answer the question, can you forgive and forget? I think the answer is yes. But I don't think you can do it in your own strength. I think there's a real Jesus move inside there for it to happen. Now, for me, I think we have to go through the act of forgiving. But I think one of the biggest challenges...
What does that mean?
Now, so we have to decide that we're going to forgive.
Right.
And we have to be, so for example, one who offends me. What I will, obviously I'm praying and everything, but I will pretty much every day be like, Lord, help me to forgive one. As I have to go through the act of getting to, it's me, I am talking now, so be quiet. So do you understand what I mean? So there's a level that we have to do, but I will call you when your time is time. But I honestly think that there's
I will forget.
But I honestly think that there's something we have to do, right. And there's something that God does. Like Kemi, I'll see people and they'll be begging for forgiveness, and I don't even know. I've forgotten because, and I really think that's God has allowed me to forget. So I don't hold things in the manner that maybe some people do, and that I can't say that that's me. However, okay, go. Let me let you go.
No, see, I told you I was going to forget. No, but it depends on the relationship. If Tinu offends me, she won't because I'll tell her and say, sister, what is this nonsense? And I don't think
sister.
It doesn't even come naturally. It'll be. I think we would say it and forget it. So again, I think I'm sort of weighing it up. This is my Catholic upbringing coming into fore. The mortal sin side, the real deep thing that you've done. Is like, okay, that's you and God now. That's out of the Kemi zone. Let me just step away from you because it's not going to work. And I think I think for some of us, it's a safe space where you know that, okay, yes, I've forgiven you. Because again, forgiveness is not me. I don't think we have the gift to forgive. I don't think it's down to us to forgive. I think God says forgive, and the God in me will forgive. But the forget,
But that's part of it's part and parcel, no?
No, not really, because I think it's a self-care thing. It's a self-protection thing. Because if I know you're the kind of person, there are some people who you know will do it again.
No, so I think your expectation of that person, and there's no expectation, you lack trust and all those things, but does that mean you haven't forgotten?
I think that one of the...
Do you see what I mean?
I don't think we ever forget.
I genuinely do sometimes.
No, I think it depends. When I say forget, it depends.
There's some that I still said yesterday that, God, please, I think I need to release this person, because every time I think about her, I'm actually slightly annoyed. It's less and less.
Yeah.
As time has gone on.
But you see, again,
but
I've
blocked her.
I've never blocked anyone.
There's one person.
I've forgotten. But you see, you can forget. You can honestly say, I want to actively forget. I want to consciously forget. But you forget your subconscious side. As you said, when you think of that person, you think, what's that cloud over my head?
Yes.
But and you're trying to work out what is it. Then you think, I'm still annoyed. Yes. But you've forgotten, but your subconscious side. Yes. But again, what I'm saying is,
when you see that cloud, you say, Father, help me release her. Don't you?
I don't think that's the first thing I say. It could be the third or fourth or maybe fifth.
But you see, I think one of the biggest problems with forgiveness is that people forget that forgiveness takes time. So you know what I mean? So it's like you can offend me and you've asked me for forgiveness and I'm trying to forgive you, but you cannot expect that tomorrow it's going to happen. It might take me 4 years to get through
almost the same as grief.
It's almost then if it's like
it's almost the same as grief.
It's different for people,
right?
Because you think with grief, you think, okay, this person's passed away. They were strong parts of my life. We should move on. You don't. So I think it's a different you. So the same with if you've done something markedly wrong and I have to actively forgive you, it takes time.
But I think do you though? Oh, wait, hang on. So 2 questions. It takes time, yes, but do you want to? Or there's some things that you just think, I feel like I can just bench you.
I think I just bench you.
But don't they say that forgiveness is for us, not for the other person? That it's... You know, that the other person goes on with their life
they go on.
And you are the one that's suffering.
Yes,
exactly. So for that area, I won't suffer.
Nelson? Let me quote Nelson Mandela. I think it's Nelson that said, unforgiveness is like feeding yourself poison and expecting someone else to die or something like that. Yeah.
No, I think for that level, I think for self-care, again, I won't give you that power over me. But again, I won't give you the opportunity to do it again.
But what does that look like? As in just not having the person in your life?
For some, yes.
Yeah, but then you haven't really forgotten, though. Then that's not biblical.
Yeah, but you see, I wonder how, you see, biblically, correct me if I'm wrong, it doesn't say how long before we should forget.
Yes, it doesn't say how long. It just says
forgive and forget.
Does it actually say forget, or it just says
forgive? I don't know if they say forget.
Yeah,
I think we added
the... I think
so. We added the forget to make us to shine our halo.
Let me do some quoting here. I just did a thing. So Colossians 3:13 says, "Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you." So that's one.
Ephesians wipes everything, though.
Ephesians 4:31.
God, I'm human and not God then.
Ephesians 4:31-32 says, "Get rid of all bitterness, rage and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving one another just as Christ forgave you." So that's the key. I don't see forget anyway.
Yeah, but
it's just as Christ forgave you.
Yeah, but he also
wiped
it and forgot. Because otherwise, some of us are not going to make it.
No. How do we know when you say forget?
Kemi has come to shake the tables.
You're saying Christ forgot. How do you know?
Jesus come and answer because
it says he wipes everything clean.
It doesn't mean it's forgotten. It's clean. It's not held against you. The same way
if it's not held against you, doesn't that mean it's forgotten though? For something not to be held against you, you can't remember.
Not necessarily, because if your child does something markedly wrong and you think, I'm so annoyed, the next day you've forgotten. It's still there. They've done it, but you're not holding it against them. So that's the forgiving. So I think the forgiving is not holding against.
So what does forget mean?
So I get the forgiving. I'm good with the forgiving.
So what does forget mean? That you don't remember it happens? Is that what forget means?
As in, yes, literally. As in the
That
literal
happens to me, but I
sense.
can't lie.
It does
No,
happen
you
to
see-
me, but again, it depends on the gravity of how they offended
But you see,
you.
again, I forget. You see, when it comes to memory, I forget most things.
Same.
So I will know I'm pissed off at you. Are we allowed to say pissed off?
Yes.
You said
Okay.
it.
It's unzipped.
We're not allowed to say, oh dear, don't say that. Don't encourage me. We're not allowed to, see, I've even forgotten already. See, I've forgotten. No, I won't hold this against you strongly, but there are times somebody, I know,
So you said you might remember that you're not happy with the person.
but I don't know what you've done. I honestly will not remember what you've done.
Because
No,
you see,
no,
that's, but
that's
that's
never
what they,
happened to me.
no, but that's
Oh,
what
no,
they say
no,
about this. Is
I
when you say
truly
like
don't.
all of a sudden you don't know why you were fighting.
Exactly.
Like you're
No,
fighting,
but you
so,
see,
okay, I kinda
but you
get
don't
that.
know why
but
you
I
were
think,
fighting.
Yeah,
I
I
think
kinda
that
get
I
that.
think that's a special gift God has given me because He
Same.
says, "You child,
No, but
if I
there's
don't
some.
wipe it out,
I mean, I can think of one instance in particular that I'm not sure I can forget.
oh no, it's not everything."
In fact, I'm not. Yeah, in fact, I can't forget. I think, in fact, in that instance, to forget would be folly on my part.
Okay, let's go here.
100%.
Now
go here.
you so
Why-
why
why
would
would
it
it
be
be?
funny on
Because
your part?
there is absolutely, it would be absolutely wrong for me to allow myself to be in that situation where that happens to me.
But is that with that person or with anybody?
No, with that person, I cannot forget.
So
Which is
we're
why
saying-
every
we're
time I
saying
think
the
about
same
it,
thing.
because her name popped up yesterday in my email, and I thought this needs to not come again. Because every time I remember it, every time I even see like a name, it just triggers.
but
It's
how-
very triggering.
But does
And I
that mean
hate that word,
but
but-
have you forgiven her then?
So I just said earlier that
because
I was saying to God, I was
feel,
begging God that
that
know,
you need to release her.
yeah, I need to
because
release
I
her.
feel like, and I feel that's why I said I
Okay.
feel it's a process. I don't feel some forgiveness can happen now. No big deal. You hit me or whatever. We're over it.
Yeah.
And some can be like I don't know, some deep. So it might take longer.
If she
to
was
get-
in a ditch, I'd save her. Doesn't
You
that
would?
mean I would? Yeah, 100%.
So you feel.
That's all right
Yeah,
then.
if she was in a ditch, I'd save her. But I
You're a
wouldn't.
better person.
Kemi wouldn't.
No, actually, in fairness.
No,
though.
Kemi would. Kemi is a bit more.
She actually said you're a better person.
Kemi is a bit more. Kemi rakes a lot.
Yes, I do.
She rakes a lot. So
I feel like her raking is backed up though. I feel
No,
like
no,
she's one of those people
no,
that rake
no.
and backs up her raking.
not all the time.
Not all the
Sometimes,
time.
and
Okay.
it depends. And you have to have gone far
Okay,
for her to back
okay.
you
Yes.
up. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
what I tell people is, the cat and 9 lives? I
Yes.
just don't know when you're on life 8. And when you
It
hit
could be
life
from
9,
1 to 8.
it's like, ooh, there's no
Sorry.
going back. Sorry. Tick.
Yeah.
And so, but again, I think this is where Christianity is such a personal relationship that I know that sometimes God looks and thinks, this child, what am I going to do? And if it's easier to get me to forget, I think, okay, I've forgotten.
Okay.
But I think when it comes to forgiveness, I would say, as much as I'm raking and I'm mouthing, I don't think there's anybody I haven't forgiven, which seems quite strange with all the can you forgive and forget. But would you have the chance to do it again? You won't.
But what does that mean?
But you see, so that just means putting boundaries, doesn't
Yes.
So for me, putting boundaries means you don't trust this person.
Not
right?
necessarily.
No,
No,
but
it
But you
just,
don't trust them because you haven't forgotten what
no,
they
no,
did.
no. It
No,
just
no,
means they
because
won't have the
boundaries are just-
opportunity to do it again.
Yeah, but why?
Because then that means
Because
I'm
they
a
have shown their
fool.
hand now.
Yeah, so you don't trust them.
No, it's not that you don't. So,
no.
so in certain things, so for example, how can I, what can we think of? I want to think of an example without
Yeah.
putting anything.
You have somebody who comes to your house, and every time they come, something goes missing. Will you let them come to your house again?
No.
Exactly.
So
As
we will
mu-
meet at the cafe instead.
Okay, that's fair.
So it's so basically because it's almost like that thing that once bitten, twice shy.
Twice
But
between
that's
those.
not,
You-
that's not biblical.
Yeah, I know, but what that no,
Yeah.
I'm saying, but it's
we
almost.
stand by every biblical
did I
thing?
say
We
that we
try
were?
to.
No,
That's
no,
the
no.
point,
When
isn't
you
it?
said it's not biblical, does it mean that is something we shouldn't do? Because there are many things that are not biblical
Yes,
that
but,
we do.
Yeah, but sometimes things are imposed on us in the name of is being.
I wasn't imposing it, but
No,
I was
no,
saying-
no, no. So
that
not you,
situation-
not you, not-
No, so I'm
no,
saying
no.
in
No,
that
but-
situation, it's like once bitten, twice twice. Or they say do it once, do it twice. I'm the fool. or
Yes,
whatever. So
yes.
that's what I mean.
Do it
So
once, shame on you.
put
Do it
it
twice,
twice,
shame
whatever.
on me.
So you kind of. So you kind of don't step on my glasses. So you kind of
Shouldn't
put
say that, should
my
you?
glasses fell on the floor. So you kind of put boundaries in place because of experience. You can give them second chances. You can give them, but you have to. I don't think it means. It's that thing. Pastor Ago always says that thing. You can love from the distance.
Oh,
But
that's
see-
great.
but see-
That's actually very free.
No,
That
but see,
actually
if
frees
I
me
don't
slightly.
put boundaries in place, I am then giving you the chance to do it again and then at one point you think, oh my gosh, she snapped. What happened?
No. This is very freeing for me because I was of the opinion that if I do all this, putting the boundaries in place, then it really means I haven't forgotten, which means I haven't really forgiven.
It means I'm not giving you the chance to do it again. I am protecting myself from further sin. If I know that you come to my house and poke me in the eye and then I want to slap you, I'm not going to let you come and poke me in the eye, because if I then slap you, I've given you, so it's like I'm giving you the stick to beat me with.
Yes.
So but I think there's also take the stick away.
No, that's okay. I mean,
but there's also that thing about love, and so in doing
I've come.
Yes,
no,
I've come.
You love the person, but no, you can't allow them to come and slap you. No, because your definition of love.
No, because
me one time.
because my
like you have to love your abuser.
I'm not. No chance. No.
We're still going to come back to that as a conversation.
I can't do that.
But no. What I was actually going to say was completely different.
Thank you. That's what I thought.
Because God said we should love.
I genuinely thought she had two heads.
On that one, God will look at the list.
But what I was going to say,
excuse Kemi from that one.
Please add one.
Host of angels. When you see that, just skip those child.
I was like, wait,
what I was about to say about
my
love, before you went.
Sorry, we went rogue.
Was that it's because of love that you will protect yourself and meet her outside. Do you understand?
Okay.
So you're still showing
loving
her,
your own
loving yourself, but you're also loving her by not cutting her off. You know what I mean? So you're showing love, but you're being sensible in your your
Are
love
you
showing.
then saying we should not cut anyone off?
In my opinion, no, my humble opinion. What do you mean?
You have to cut some people off.
What do you mean cut off?
You have to.
We forget.
Separate yourself from some people. You can separate yourself from some people.
Yeah, that's cut off now.
No, that's not. What do you mean by cut off? Kemi didn't mean that.
I didn't mean any dastardly things.
What did you mean?
I mean, how much more cut off can you be?
I just mean you don't exist.
I don't. No, how can you don't exist?
What? Does everybody exist for me?
That I don't cut people off.
Oh,
I
told you you're a better person. You're all better people.
I may not associate with them or have so they may
So
not.
wait, so
that's what I'm saying. What does cut off mean? No, I said they don't exist. If for example I hear that something happened to like when you said they're in the ditch or something, I'm not going.
Oh no, I won't walk past. Please,
so
God,
I'm not, but I may not be in touch with.
I hope not.
No, in fairness.
I may not be in touch with them on a regular basis, but I don't think of that as cut off.
Cut off. No, okay. Let me define that. If you reach out and you're stuck and you need help, the host of heavens will make it possible for me to help. It probably won't come naturally, but you see, again, when I say, I was telling one earlier, I said the inner voice where sometimes God says, okay, Kemi, do this. All right then, I'll do it. There are times when God says, do this, and I say, God, you got to find somebody else for this one.
Imagine that.
And I'm so sure God says, okay. I'll find somebody else.
I've never heard anyone say that before.
No, because again, if I do the God is my father, there's an understanding that there's some errands that God will send. Yeah. And it's like,
doesn't mean that she won't bear the consequence of it.
No. I told God, there are times when, there's a time, and I was telling one, when it comes to giving, I follow that tenet. I was brought up very strongly believing that if you have, you give. Even if you don't have, if you have the means one way or the other. My mother did it very strongly, and I saw how it positively impacted her life. So I always do it. If I tell my child, I did something strange today, 9 times out of 10, she'll say, so what did you give? Who did you give? Because she knows. But when it comes to certain things, and I remember there was once there was a situation where I felt God moving me strongly to that person who was not particularly okay, and I said, God, on this one, no, this time.
Wow.
And I said, whatever blessings that are going to come from this, find somebody else. It's okay.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's okay. I'm willing to.
But you see, I love that, because that for me is how we pretend that Christianity is a blanket thing.
It's true.
But it's one-to-one. That's why they say sort out your salvation by yourself, because it's you and Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus knows you inside.
He knows, and I'm so
knew
sure
that she was going to say that.
I'm so sure. That's what I was saying. I'm so sure that when God was coming to me to ask
I was
me,
thinking, let me just try her. Let me just try her.
Let's just see.
Maybe, perhaps.
Maybe, as they say in Yoruba, we'll meet her head at home today. Maybe. and try and thought, it was too soon, guys. Let's try again next time.
We'll come back next year.
We'll come back again next time.
No,
but again, in that particular thing, if God asks me again today, I'll do it.
So she's grown, or something has changed.
At that time, I'll do it now.
So they know that,
but God, don't ask me.
But I love that, because I really think that a lot of us as Christians, we're always trying to put a blanket, make sure that this is how you do it, and you do it like that. But
and
if you have your personal relationship, that is between you and Jesus.
Then this is probably holding me captive in the whole forgive and forget saga. This whole is blanket, you need to do this, but I'm not giving room for. Actually, this one is so difficult, God, that for me to do this one, is a whole memory wipe. You know how they do in those movies where they wipe your
if you have that conversation, he will do that.
And again, considering I'm saying, oh no, you shouldn't do this. If it means that you can't move on, if it
move
means
on in what way?
In any way, if it's holding you in one particular way, because there are things that I know that are holding me. There are people who I know I've cut off, and I know that, God, I know this isn't holding me.
Okay.
But there are things where I think, okay, God, I hear you. Maybe not today, but I hear you. And again, you get the freedom to do that. But there's some that I know the God I serve, and I know that I'm so sure there's some things that God will ask other people. It's things, not this child.
Leave this one for me.
Leave this one, not this child. But again, it's the same thing with our children, though. We play to their strengths. There are certain children you would ask, okay, can you take this and go and give this person and go and do this? The other children you think, I'm not asking you. And again, it's the way we are, because again, one thing we do in Christianity, we do this blanket. Everybody do as and I'm thinking we can't hold everybody to the same yardstick. We're all children of God, and if we think that, I laugh sometimes, and I think if you think that what you're doing is what is qualifying you for heaven, really, we're not going anywhere.
No, but I think it's okay. So the answer to can you really forgive and forget, right?
Is no.
No, the answer is yes, but it's.
I've got her to my side. Shoo.
Oh my gosh.
Shoo. I've got one more. No. Actually, no. Okay, wait.
I genuinely thought you were going to say no. I was like, that's what I'm thinking about.
Yes.
The answer.
No, actually, wait. Let me answer. You. It's so funny. I said no at the beginning. You said yes. I actually say yes. Qualify what you mean. Again, some people use that to abuse the relationship. They will do dastardly things and says, but the Bible says you must forgive and forget. I think, well, I didn't read that one today. Now push off. Because again, I know what you're doing, the reason you're doing this. So if you come at me and want to use the word of God to manipulate me, you're the wrong child. It's not going to work.
You shouldn't really do that.
But you see, exactly. So while we can legislate, some people do. And so they will continue to be wrong, continue to do bad things, and take advantage of your faith.
But in the end, you see, and I say this thing all the time, I'm sure people are tired of hearing it on here. You can only control yourself. So these people are doing all these bad things. So you will
then not have the opportunity to do it again because I can control that.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is that so because people are doing certain things, it's really, in the end, it's down to how you respond. And if you decide to respond like that, that's fine. But what I mean is that the fact that they're doing it is irrelevant. It's really about how you are going to respond to it.
So if you then cut them off, then you don't know how they're responding. You don't know what they're doing. Then it ceases to affect me.
I tried. I really tried.
She tried. But I got one on my side.
So the answer I was going to say
to that. Sorry, I was going to say, and it's actually okay.
What's okay?
Can you really forgive and forget? No, and it's okay.
No.
I bet you didn't see that coming.
You look mortified.
What is this? No, what I was going to say is that you can forgive and forget, but you have to remember that it's within your relationship with Jesus. As in, so what we were saying about individual relationships. Right. So it might not be today, it might not be thing, but what you should be doing, I believe, as a Christian, is trying to. Asking God to help you too.
Yes,
that should be your aim. That should be your aim.
Even the forget part, or even just the forgive part?
I think that eventually, I think the forget takes longer, but I think it happens eventually. But I don't know if that's just because that's the gift that they have given me, because I forget.
To be honest, I forget most things. But remember, I qualified that
maybe I haven't had
the gravity
if you have to keep asking, though, and you have to keep saying, please, God, help me. Please, God, help me.
I said that recently.
No, but what I'm saying is that depending on the gravity of it.
Then that means the gravity was massive.
So let me give you an example of something that had happened to me that is massive in most, but I've forgiven. I haven't forgotten it in the sense that I haven't forgotten that it happened, but it's never forefront. It's never, you know what I mean? I relate, I'm very close to the person. We don't have, you know what I mean? But it's not that I've forgotten, it's just that I've...
Strange.
Very.
Sorry. You weren't supposed to hear that bit. Keep talking.
But what I mean is that so I haven't forgotten the incident, but it's not an issue. Maybe that's the way of putting it. So I haven't forgotten it. Of course, I know it happened. I know what it, but it's not an issue. So that forgive and forget.
When you say not an issue,
forgotten.
are they in the situation? Are they in the position to do exactly the same thing to you again?
They could, but I'm a different person, so I probably wouldn't. You know what I mean? I too was quite vulnerable. I didn't. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So maybe I've grown. So I won't allow it to happen. But what I'm saying is that in this situation,
that's a good point.
I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have no issue with it whatsoever, but I haven't forgotten it.
So that
does
means
that make sense?
the one of who that person did. I would like to think the Kemi of who many things happen to doesn't exist anymore.
And you see, that might be, you were running out of time, but that might be because of what God has done in me, so I can...
I mean, that's fine.
That's a good point.
Do you know what I mean?
So do we forgive and forget now?
Yes.
So we can forgive and forget.
We have to qualify.
There are many caveats.
Yes.
Yeah, with what?
With so long as you yourself as an individual, you are not in the same place as when whatever happened to you, and so you're
protecting yourself. You're better equipped to do it.
The caveat is with Jesus, because then Jesus will do whatever. Yeah, but what I'm saying is
yes.
So I think, oh my gosh, we're really out of time.
Because even with Jesus, I was saying no before, but now,
yeah.
But still, don't come for me, Shao.
But Jesus, don't test me.
Honestly, yes, thank you.
So
good. So
you can hear what we think about it.
I need to go.
I'm not even sure what we think about it.
I'll grow myself so that I can not let it happen to me again.
Oh no, it definitely shouldn't happen to you again,
Yes,
though. Definitely shouldn't.
For sure.
I hope you have enjoyed this conversation, and do follow us on YouTube. And let us know what you're thinking, so that you can be in this conversation. Rock your own gorgeous, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.